Hello again, YouTube viewers and PlayStation Network members. John 11 Hot here again. In the last two I've been shifting from talking about cartoon shows I basically remember, then shifting to action adventure shows that came on other channels and stuff like that, and everything like that. So pretty much, if I shift from back and forth to other stuff, I apologize, because that's pretty much what I do. It's how I roll, you know? And the last one, I basically was talking about Team Knight Rider and how badly it sucked. How bad did it suck? Let's just say you have a team that, like a team of people that basically, if you were to watch the series, there's like a lot of stuff that didn't quite make sense to me when I watched it growing up. When I first watched it, I thought, okay, this is going to be like Knight Rider, only with a bunch of guys with cool vehicles. I was apparently wrong, and okay, if they had like really Team Knight Rider, you never heard of these guys, and they didn't mention. Well, they probably did mention Michael Knight in the series. I don't know. I only watched like a few episodes. It just didn't catch my and sometimes I watched it because there was nothing else on. Now, here's another show that they remade, but it was on. They showed it on Channel 7. If anyone knows what I'm probably talking about. This show came on originally on Channel 4 as a TV series, but before it became a TV series, they had like a mini series, like a mini movie, which was like a two-parter. Then they had another mini series of this show, but this is before it became a TV series. What is the name of the series I'm talking about? If you guessed V, you're right. And I'm not talking about the letter V. I'm talking about the TV show V. V had to do with these alien visitors that a lot of people basically thought were here, came onto Earth, in peace. Which apparently they turned out being, they deceived the human race by basically making them think they were here, to give us the technology and all that other garbage. It turned out that the human race was wrong, and there was a few, resistant fighters, followed by, what was his name? Donovan, which was a cameraman. Julie, which was a doctor. And and of course, if you ever got the miniseries of V, you basically see what it is. Now the one thing is, some idiot decided to come along and pretty much change the storyline, but kind of keep true to the story, but it had nothing to do with the original. Like, I know some try to wander off the original story and but the one thing that was pretty cool about the new series, but it was stupid, and I wouldn't even add it to my V collection. It's like a new I can only had like 2 series, and the second series just literally ended with the leader of the visitors, basically had, the content, it was like really confusing. If you ever watched it, it was like very confusing and everything. But they did have probably 2 famous characters from the TV from the original, but they only had in the the mother of the daughter, Diana, they basically had her as a guest star character, which only showed up on a few episodes of the series. Let's see. Then, I think at the end of the series, I think the last episode, they showed Mike Donovan, but he played a different character in the So it was like a big smack in viewers' faces that were into the old series. The old series was pretty cool. I mean, the new series too, but the one thing though is they pretty much flew off the original storyline, and what made the original storyline really good is, you know, it started out with a mini-series. This, that comes out, only showed up like in November or October or something of 2009 or something, or 2010 or whatever. It only lasted until like maybe 2011 or 2012. Didn't do so good. I'm guessing, like, I'm believing in ratings, and a lot of fans of the old original TV series didn't find it very amusing. I basically made a comment about like it was good that that the show now I gotta wait until these trucks go by. They're making so much noise that you guys probably can't hear me. I got like the mini series. Hopefully the discs ain't scratched up. I got like V, the original mini series, like before it became like this was like the mini series movie, which was like a two-parter. And then of course there was V, the final battle. And after the final battle, that's when they figured this show was doing great with the miniseries ratings, and they decided to figure, hey, let's make this into a series. It did pretty good. I think it ran for like two whatchacourts. Now, the new version of V basically didn't do so good because, okay, now if they had showed, if Channel 7 had decided, ABC, if they had decided to figure, hey, let's see what happens if we make like a mini series of it first, or I should say the creators that made the newer series would have had decided, let's try to, per se, do a mini series of it first before we start making episodes to see how the viewers like it, and maybe drop a couple of new characters, but still the same name, but different characters with different story points or whatever, because it had nothing to do like with the original series, nothing at all. The only two things that they had, and it sucked, was that but I wouldn't say it sucked. Fans of the original were probably excited to basically see Diana and Mike Donovan in it, but their characters didn't do that much. But now the storyline just ended where Diana's daughter basically took control of all the people around the world and everything, with the help of a child that was born from a visitor and a human, like a human, like a human being. That's how the series ended, which sucked. It was like putting, instead of that, they should have just put a humongous question mark and said, haha, we're not sharing any more episodes, because ratings sucked. Sorry. It would have been good to probably see how the story would have continued. They probably would have gotten, now, V, the original series, ended with the Star Child, going on board a ship to see the leader. So, but it also ended up with the Star Child's biker-type boyfriend going with her, like he snuck aboard the ship when no one was looking. How dumb is that? I got the series, like the original series. It wasn't that bad. The one thing that I basically think was pretty cool is the original. You basically didn't see the visitors have like reptilian features, except for if you pulled the skin, you had like the reptile face. With the newer one, you basically had the visitors do other things, like, they had a tail, but they didn't quite show the reptilian features too much. If you basically have the newer series 1 through 2, You know, yeah, like you'll see what I'm probably talking about. You know, like you gotta compare it to the original and the old to basically know what I'm talking about. Now, speaking of remake of series, now the one thing that I basically think was pretty cool with the new Knight Rider series, a lot of people would agree or disagree with me on this. The coolest thing about that series that I thought was pretty cool is you had one guy, now originally the series basically had, in the 4th season they had they pretty much did a lot of cool things with the last and final, but and when I saw the new Knight Rider movie, which basically aired on a Sunday night, I recorded it on video, and then then when the DVD came out, I had it on DVD. I want to try to find that again, so I could basically add that to my Knight Rider collection. That's the only Knight Rider series I thought was pretty cool. It was more different than the Team Knight Rider, because you basically had Michael Knight's kid, I believe it was his son, in the series. Well, only in the series, not in real life. You had Michael Knight that had a kid with this woman. I don't know who she was or whatever. And but now the one thing that was probably a big kick in everybody's face is when they brought back Carr, who was voiced by none other than Optimus Prime. That was pretty much the biggest kick in everybody's face. Optimus Prime? Holy shit! Pardon my French. Yeah, because the person that voiced Carr in the end of that era, where they basically had Carr come back. Carr in the original Knight Rider series. It was pretty weird. You would have to listen to it. Carr, I think, had 2 different type of voices in the first one. The first season, Carr came. A bunch of found this car that was indestructible. Basically, used it to do crimes and everything. And then, of course, in the second one, the car wasn't completely destroyed. It just went over the cliff and was recovered by some a beachcomber guy that was looking for buried treasure, I guess, because he had a metal detector. And he swiped a whole mess full of dirt, pulled it out of the ground, and Carr, of course, slowly but surely came back to life. And, of course, in that one, at the end of that one, if you basically see it, this is a spoiler alert if no one's ever seen it, Carr gets destroyed altogether. There's only bits and pieces of him scattered around on the ground and everything. His circuit boards, I think, were still running, which probably gave viewers thinking, oh my god, they're going to bring him back, probably. But, there was a lot of cool things about the series. David Hasselhoff's character basically was awesome. And of course, here's the one thing, if anybody's ever seen, this is what I call an evil clone saga, but it's not a clone saga, actually. Now, Wilton Knight, if I believe I said his name correctly, had a son called Garth. Now I'm probably going to end this, and until next time, YouTube viewers, surf's up, dude!